Magic. Magic is an ancient practice rooted in rituals, spiritual deviations, or cultural lineage, with an intention to invoke, manipulate, or otherwise manifest supernatural forces, being or entities the nature world. It is a categoric yet often ambiguous term has been used to refer to a wide variety of belief and practices, frequently considered separate from both religion and science. Although it has varied from positive to negative at them throughout history, magic continues to have an important religious as medical role in the many culture today. Within Western culture, magic has been linked to the ideas of the other, forgiveness, indicating that it is a powerful marker of cultural differences and likewise a non-modern phenomenon. During the late 19th and early 20th century, Western intellectuals perceived the practice of magic to the sign of primitive mentality and also commonly attributed it to marginalized groups of people. In modern occultism and neo-pagan religions, many self-described magicians and witches regularly practiced ritual magic, defining magic as a technique of bringing about the change in the physical world to the force of one way. This definition was popularized by Crowley, an British occultist, and since that the term other religions, Wicca, Levion, Santism, and magician system, cost magics have adopted it. The word magic, magician come from a Latin term magios through the Greek, which is a form of Old Persian magios. The Old Persian mago is derived from Proto-Indo-European mag, be able. The Persian term may have led to the Old Celtic magam, maga, or shaman. The Old Persian form seems to have permitted ancient Semitic language as the Talmudic Hebrew magic. During the late 16th and early 15th centuries, the term found in the way to ancient Greek, where it is used in a negative connotation to apply rites that were regarded as unconventional and dangerous. The Latin language adopted this meaning of the term of 1st century BCE. Via Latin, the concept became incorporated into Christian theology during the first white, grey, and black. White magic has traditionally been understood as the use of magic for selfless or helpful purposes, while black magic was used for selfish, harmful, or evil purposes. With respect of left hand part or the right hand part, black magic is a malicious left hand benefited the white magic. There is no consequences as what constitute white, grey, or black magic. As Pinhine says, like many other aspects of occultism, what is termed to the black magic depends very much on who is doing the defining. Grey magic, also called neutral magic, is magic that is not performed for specifically benevolent reasons, but it is not focused towards completely hostile practices. Historian and anthropologist has distinguished between practitioners who engaged in high magic and those who engaged in low magic. High magic, also known as ceremonial magic or ritual magic, is more complex, involving lengthy, detailed rituals as well as sophisticated, sometimes expensive. Low magic is also called natural magic, is associated with the pleasant folklores and with simpler rituals such as brief spoken spell. Low magic is also closely associated with witchcraft. Anthropologist Susan Greenwood writes that since the Renaissance, high magic has been concerned with driving down forces and energies from heaven and achieving unity with divinity. High magic is usually performed indoors, while Witchcraft is often performed outdoors. Egypt. In ancient Egypt, Kemet is the Egypt language. Magic, personalized as the good Heka, was an integral part of religion and culture which is known to us through the substantial corpus of texts with the a product of Egyptian tradition. While the category magic has been contentious for modern Egyptology, there is a clear support to the applicability from ancient terminologies. The Coptic term Hik is the Pharaonic term Hika, which, unlike its Coptic counterpart, had no connections of impiety or illegality. It attested from the Old Kingdom through the Roman era. Heka was considered normally neutral and applied to the practices and beliefs of both foreign and Egyptians alike. The instruction for Merikeri inform us that Heka was a beneficence gifted by the Creator to humanity in order to be weapons to ward off the blow of event. Magic was practiced by both literate peasantry hierarchy and by illiterate farmers and herdsons. The principle of Heka underlay all ritual activity both in the temples and in private setting. The main principle of Heka is the center of the power of words to bring things into being. Karenga explained the pivotal power of words and their vital entomological role as the primary tool used by the Creator to bring the manifest word into being, because humans were understood to share our divine nature with the gods. Book of the Dead. The interior wall of the pyramids of Innes, the final pharaoh of the Egyptian 5th dynasty, are converted into 100 magical spells into inscription running from floor to ceiling into a virtual column. These inscriptions are known as pyramid texts, and they contain spell needed to the pharaoh in order to survive in afterlife. The pyramid texts were strictly for royalty only. The spells were kept secret from the commoners and were written only inside royal tombs. During the chaos and unrest, the first intermediate period, however, tomb robbers broke into pyramid and saw the magical inscriptions. Commoners began inscribing similar writings on the sides of their own coffins, hoping that doing so would ensure that their survival in their afterlife. These writings are known as coffin texts.